Ooh, what happened here? All right, guys, so we'll go ahead and this is part two. So, as a review from part one, that video, remember, we're trying to grow. The organization is trying to grow. The reason that we're trying to grow is to operate on economies of scale. Economies of scale is we're trying to get our average costs to the lowest point. And there are a couple ways that we could do that. One is we're going to use internal economies of scale. We're going to divide our management teams up into the four functions. We can buy items in bulk, purchase items in bulk, hopefully getting a relief on price. We can improve our technology. The other thing that we could do is we could operate on marketing economies of scale. So what that means is when McDonald's goes da 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 da, or Liberty, Liberty, da da da, something like that. Anyway, each one of the McDonald's that's in our area does not have their own little separate promotions. It's a promotion for the entire organization. With that, you can spread your costs out over more units, hence operating on marketing economies of scale. And then the last one is called financial. So usually if you're a little bit bigger organization, larger organization, you're able to finance money, okay, maybe a little bit easier by having lower interest rates because you're just a bigger organization and your ability to repay, okay, is a lot stronger than maybe some mom and pop organization. Other things that you could do to try and achieve this point right here is you could do external economies of scale. So sorry it's so light, but it'll work. So pay attention. External, once again, you can take advantage of a particular area's technology, a particular area's infrastructure. What are the cell phone towers? Are there roads, easy access to and from the organization? A second one could be skilled labor. Companies are going to move to where people are very skilled and are able to work and perform that job that that particular organization is looking for. So Silicon Valley, I think it's maybe computers, maybe technology, all right? Companies are going to move to Silicon Valley, or I think up there in Tyson's too, there's a bunch, I can't remember. Anyway, there's highly skilled labor in that particular area. Companies are going to move to those areas to gain access to that skilled labor. Will they have to pay a little bit more for that? Yes, they will. But usually these skilled labor, these are well-trained individuals, very efficient in what they are doing. And then the other one of the last ones, I put down regional specialization, meaning they're going to take advantage of the location and where they're operating. So there is, with the baseball, they have these wooden bats, okay, and they're made out of some very hard wood. So when you hit the ball, the bat doesn't explode, but obviously stays together. Well, in Northwest Pennsylvania, they have some of the hardest trees, wood that you can find in a particular area. I don't know if you ever heard of Louisville Slugger baseball. Anyway, they get their materials from this little community. I think it's out Westminster, Edinburgh, somewhere through there, where that specific location, okay, this is the only place that you can get this particular good, which would be the tree. Or California wine industry, Sonoma Valley. It is a regionally specialized location, and companies will take advantage of that. Now, some of the things that will happen, okay, and this will end this, is once we reach this particular point and we continue to grow, now we may grow and become too big. This we can see where now, if we get too big, we're growing, output starts to decline, and our average costs start to increase. This is called diseconomies of scale. Diseconomies. So this side, this was economies of scale. This side, now we're operating on diseconomies of scale. And a great example, okay, would have been Subway. They grew and grew and grew and grew and grew, and now they reached a point, okay, where they have grown too big and output is starting, or sales is starting to decline, and costs are starting to increase. They are operating on diseconomies of scale. How does this occur? Well, you get too many people in the organization. Okay, sorry, it's so crowded. You start to lose. How do you spell lose? I'll go loss of control. You have too many people. You could have labor force problems. Once again, with too many people, you have complacency. Companies become to get more comfortable. Oh, we're so big, we'll never fail. Talk to the baking industry. Talk to Subway. Talk to Ruby Tuesdays. A lot of these companies, what they'll do is possibly start, right, to get back to that point. You may have to close stores. You may have to lay people off. So with this, what would happen, once again, output is increasing, or I'm sorry, decreasing, costs are increasing. Why does it happen? Well, loss of control of the labor force. You could have maybe your location, location is poor. What else? This is a good one. Competition for skilled labor. Well, everybody sees you're doing well let's join in the fun. And then for this particular area that we live in, once again, infrastructure could be an issue. Okay, so the roads are backed up, delays in transportation, takes so long to get from point A to point B that it becomes very expensive. So in review, what you would need to know, okay, is growth and evolution. Why does this particular company need to grow? It needs to grow to hopefully operate on economies of scale, lowest average cost. At some point, they're going to get too big, and now costs are going to increase and output is going to decrease. And why does this happen? Really, we've lost control of our labor force. We have too many people. There could be competition for labor. Infrastructure problems. The traffic is stuffed up. And that will take us to, all right, methods on how we're going to grow. And we already talked about a tool that would tell us how we're going to grow. So with that, we'll move. I think I have 2 more videos, maybe 3 quick videos. So please watch the videos, and then